Hi everyone. So now I'm going to introduce how to install Anaconda to play with Jupyter Notebook. If you need it quickly, you don't have time to set it up now. You can use Google Colab to use for the work instead. So let me introduce Google Colab and then I will come back with Anaconda installation. You just go ahead and uh, type Google Colab. And I'm pretty sure it will show up something like this. And you can click on the first one. And there is something like this. And you can start with a new notebook here, or you just cancel. And then you have some reading if necessary. Otherwise, everything is ready. Go to File, New Notebook. And then it will create a new file, and this is where our environment to run Jupyter Notebook, run the Python code, basically. So here is the example. One is one. It's slow a little bit on Google Colab, and that's why I recommend to install our own Anaconda or Jupyter Notebook environment so that it is faster. var2 equal to 3, var1 plus var2, and then I just print out the results. It equal to 4. So we have things ready. And with this Google Colab, it built in with most of data science package, for example, pandas, numpy, and tensorflow. Here is example, import pandas as PD. It works. So it means it install. And import tensorflow str. So you see it's spinning and then it done. So yeah, we with Google Colab, things is ready for you to do the project. And now I'm going to Anaconda environment. So you will insert Anaconda. So Anaconda. So it will show up this anaconda.com website. And click on this. And right here, you will have where to install. I think it will detect the system right away, and then it will display the appropriate environment, installation package for you to download. I'm on Windows, and that's why it's so up here. If you are on Mac or Linux, so I think the icon is here. You just click on it and then download the right version for you. And please make sure that yeah, I believe this is the free version, so no problem. Once you have it installed, there is an instruction to install things for TensorFlow. TensorFlow is a package to do machine learning stuff. So in order to do this, you can have Anaconda installation. Okay, so let me introduce quickly. So I already have it installed, and that's why you will have something like this show up. And you will click on environment. You don't use the default one, which is base environment. And then you create a new environment for you. Here, you click on create. So in this way, it will impact to the new environment only. And here I already created a new one, which called TF. So we click on create, and then you type the name of the environment you wish to. My new environment, and then you select Python version to be appropriate with the need. So I did it. I named it TF because that's where the instruction I did for creating to install TensorFlow there. So let me select my environment and it load the install library. Initially, you may not have enough library like pandas or numpy. So you will need to install it. How to install it? You will click on here. You will select not install one because this is the install one. It had the check mark, not install. And then you will search for the one that you need to install. For example, pandas is the one that we used to use. I had it installed already, and therefore nothing show up here. This is nothing, but it in the install group. So here, this is the one that I have installed. But if it is the first time, then I'm pretty sure it's not installed. Same thing for numpy and TensorFlow. For TensorFlow, so they have many other things, but the thing we need to install is this thing, TensorFlow base or something like this. Let me check if there is documentation about this installation so that you may have a look. So Anaconda TensorFlow installation. And there in the Anaconda user guide, it also have this kind of documentation. So if you need to install anything, you can go to Anaconda documentation here and learn about it. But let's go with Tensor. It has the create things here using command line. Oh yeah, using here I use a user interface to do so. So the app here, but here people use command line. So let me tell how to run the command line things. From here, from this environment, click the arrow and then open terminal. This is where you can type conda command line like this. Conda create. I had the TF environment. So this is the environment, and then this. So I will just create have. I just type have so that it so look. This is the instruction. Obviously, using the user interface much easier than the command line. So let me see. Minus n means environment. See? And then the name of environment, which is TF. So what is the next one? TensorFlow. I totally sure. Yeah. Yeah. But that's all. So once you have it installed, you will have things. Okay, let me go back to home and be sure that you have the environment here. And because you selected TF earlier, and that's why we check. And once you are in this environment, and whatever program you execute here, it will run under this environment, under this version of Python, the version of libraries like pandas, numpy that you install. And if later on, if you don't want that environment, you can remove it. So for me, we will start with Jupyter Notebook and we launch it, then we are there. So I click on launch and it will pop up a interface like this. So I will start a new file. So on the top right here, new, and it's Python 3. Then now I have my Jupyter Notebook open. And let me show you. Import numpy SNP, import just as an ed. I execute it, so it has no error. It means that my packages, my libraries are installed. I can play as I showed you earlier. But one, but two equal to 3. So result equal to var1 plus var2, and I bring out the results. It equal to 4. It's much faster than using a Google Lab. That's all. Thank you for watching.